fluff writing advice. Cut the fluff!
Is writer's block even real? Some say yes, others say no. I say sort of, but it may not be what you think. Fantasy author Patrick Rothfuss points out that writing's just like any other activity or profession. As he says, plumbers don't get plumber's block. He makes a good point. Writing is just putting one word after another, and the simple act of sitting down and writing is usually enough to get the process started. And when you're being paid to write, you can't just claim writer's block and not get the job done. You can't not plumb. Funnily enough, Rothfuss has struggled to make progress on his Kingkiller Chronicles series. George R.R. Martin is having the same problem with A Song of Ice and Fire. So is their head plumbing blocked, or is there another explanation? Considering that both authors have been writing and releasing other projects, I don't think they're suffering from the traditional, mystical, semi-fictional version of writer's block where they can't think of anything to write. It also doesn't seem that they've lost their love of writing. More likely, they just lost interest in those particular projects, which absolutely can happen. No matter how successful they are and how many readers are eagerly awaiting the next installment, if the passion's gone, the relationship, in this case, with their series, is dead. They may have also tied themselves in too many knots plot-wise and don't know how to untangle them. When writing a complex story, feeling stuck at a certain point can definitely lead to a version of what could be labelled writer's block, where you just can't see a way forward. The solution often involves complex problem solving to make it all work, which isn't easy if you've lost passion for the project. I think we can all relate to losing passion for something, yeah. Is hacky sack still a thing? Stephen King describes a moment of what he calls writer's block when writing The Stand. He had too many characters in play and the story was getting overly complex. His solution? Blow up half the cast. Problem solved. Onward we write. Now that's a crude solution that can be tough to pull off in a satisfying way, but sometimes the best move is just to blow something up. If you're stuck on a particular scene, often a literal change of scenery can help spark an idea. For instance, close your laptop and go for a walk. You might be surprised at how easily ideas appear when you're not forcing them. There's a reason why the best ideas seem to show up in the shower. Generally, unless you have an intense shower routine, your mind is unburdened and open, allowing thoughts to flow freely. In my experience, the most common type of what we call writer's block is people simply struggling to sit down and start writing. You know, the most important part of the process. They feel like they can't do it, like they have nothing to say today, but that's almost always bullshit. If you can force yourself to sit down and just write, say, 100 words, chances are you'll find your groove and write a lot more. And on the days when the words really don't come easily, discipline goes a long way. It can help to set yourself a time window for focused writing. It could be 20 minutes, an hour, whatever. During that time, it's unlikely you'll just sit there and stare blankly at the blank page. Chances are you'll write something, and if it sucks, what of it? Come back tomorrow and suck again, then again and again and again, until sitting down to write no longer feels like a chore. Eventually the words will come more easily and be less sucky. Honestly, some days it'll still be hard and the words will still suck. That's life. At the end of the day, cultivating discipline and good writing habits are key to overcoming most instances of writer's block. Do you think the plumber wants to plumb every day? I doubt it, but they do it anyway, and I thank them for their service.